Okay guys, welcome to the offensive part of the Scheme of the Week. This is from the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, and really quickly we're going to go over some things we really need to know about Kansas City's playbook. First off, it's one of the best playbooks in the game for many reasons. A lot of people have done ebooks on them. I know Madden Mastermind has an ebook on Kansas City. I know Z-Boy did a scheme on Kansas City. I know Madden Lab did an ace pair chief scheme. I know, so this is kind of going to be how to take all the money plays we've seen from Kansas City and put it into a scheme that is actually effective. So we're going to talk mainly today about curl flats, right? Yeah. Curl flat, that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah. First of all, we're going to set our audibles, and every audible is going... Uh-oh. Might have to... Nope, that's just a Facebook notification. Every audible is going to be from the gun doubles weak formation, or the ace pair chief formation, because as you guys know, I like to run maybe 1-2 formations maximum. So we have curl flat, which is one of the best plays in the game. You have FL screen. Want the halfback draw, right? There's an email. Next thing you know, it's going to be a text message. $5, guys. So we have curl flats, we have halfback draw, we have a screen. That's all we need, right? Should be all we need. Because we have 4 verticals on our quicks, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, so that's all we really need from that formation. Now we're going to get into the ace pair chief, hands down, one of the best formations, especially on PlayStation 3. In my opinion, it's the best formation in the game, simply because there's so much you can do from it. We're going to actually put... We're going to be coming out an ace pair chief every play, guys, by the way. Play action power O. And we're going to put the power O in there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Oh, we need to flip sides first. Sorry about that, guys. Wait a minute, that might not be... No, I'm in Kansas City. So we're just going to run one quick play here so we can flip the sides. And I already went over the depth chart in the intro video, so you should know what's going on. If you skip that, I do recommend you watch it. We also gave out 3 different mini schemes you can go to late in the game. So now for the ace pair chief, basically this is one of the best, hands down one of the best formations in the game. And you're going to come out in whatever play you really want. I personally come out in belly weak if I want to run the ball. I never no huddle out of this also, guys, and mainly because this is more of a running scheme, more of a pound and ground type of scheme. And what we normally like to do out of this is we will motion Gresham over, and we'll flip the play, and we'll like playmaker the play to the right. See how we playmakered it to the right there by flicking to the right on the right stick. And now we have a counter, basically a counter to the left or to the right. Now, how do we run that counter without making a tell that we're going to run to the right side of the field? Well, that's why we have PA Power O and Power O in our audibles. Now we have Power O, and now he's just going to motion over. Okay. Now we have... I would always motion Gresham over and always playmaker it. And if you're going to pass the ball and you need Gresham back over there, then just put him back over there. It's not a big problem. But it keeps everything consistent. As you see here, play action power O. Motion Gresham over. We now have him going to the flats. And I would actually cancel that play action, guys, but I just left it on there just for example. So that's how I do that. Let's go over the quick audibles really fast before we get into the rest of the scheme. You want to smart route these X insert square on the quick pass audible up. Again, we motion Gresham over. However, this time we're going to leave him there. We're going to place him on a fade pattern. We're going to drag green, and we're going to wheel pyramid. You could block and release pyramid, but I personally like to wheel it. Your first read on this play is going to be pyramid. Your second read will be either X or square. Then you will read your drag and streak combo. So there you see the drag opens up very smooth. Actually, I'm gonna say this one more. I'm gonna actually do this a little differently. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to again do it's the same hot routes. It's just a different read progression. So by placing Gresham on a fade pattern, he is now on a different angle, and now is going to come across like he's on a slant, and then he's going to go up, which is kind of interesting and intriguing to me. But your first read on this play is going to be pyramid, then you're going to go to X, then you're going to go with this, he will by that time be on a streak, and a drag will be coming across. And if nothing is open, again, you will check down to the square. If that is not open, you will look to run with Dalton. As you see, we get pyramid wide open. So there's read 1. And let's just speed this up a little bit, because I'm sure my mom will be home anytime now. Now this is read 2. As you see, if it's zone, he's going to make it into like a streak or a curl, so you can kind of pass lead it through the zones, which is very nice to have at Ace Pair Chief. Also, guys, for more Ace Pair Chief stuff, I would hit up Hollow Point if you know who he is. I'm sure I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. He runs it very effectively too. So there's that. Now you have a high-low read between your drag streak combo, and then finally we'll go into the check down. Nothing open, nothing open. Oh wow, I got sacked, of course. Something would have been open by that time. I just wanted to do it for an example. And guys, the full game will be up with this, so you'll see how I run all this effectively in game. But there you see him curl up. So he's going to basically beat man in zone because they're option routes, and they're just going to read the coverage. Let's talk about the quick audible rundown. Basically, this is one of the best quick audible rundowns. Once again, we keep the motion consistent. And this is basically now single back ace twins. And we now have the advantage to the left side of the field. You could flip the play, of course, as we have been doing from Billy Week, like so, and then just kind of dig in. And this is basically just, you really just want to run that whenever you think the middle's wide open. Let's go over the Belly Week run stock. This is actually interesting. The Z-Boy talked about this. Basically, this defensive lineman should just run out of the play, unless he gets blocked like he just did. Maybe you have to leave that tight in there. So if you just want to come up and quick snap them, you see how the defensive tackle runs out of the play right there? I don't really know why that is. It's just weird, but we could take advantage of it, of course. And what I would do then is I would just motion Hawkins in. Snap right there. Actually, didn't work very well there. You want to snap him right after he crosses Dalton, because he's going to basically just seal the backside now. And we're going to run it basically like a dive. We're just going to cut it in. So as you see there, get a little crackback block, and you're kind of just moving. So that's a very smooth run. That's how we run that play. The deep pass audible up has one of the best routes in Madden 13 against man coverage. Just a little shake route by square. I like to fade AJ Green here. We do have Gresham on stock corner, so we're going to motion him over. We're going to flip the play, and then we're going to actually motion Gresham back across the formation. We're going to drag Sanu. Your first read on this play is going to be the drag, and then you're going to progress up into the fade, and then you're going to go into this square pattern, and last but not least, the check down to the corner route. So the drag is open against zone. We're not going to motion him over just for time purposes, but we would motion him over in general, but we've been bringing him back across the formation. And you see you can pass the fades through zones and kind of cut them off there. I did a poor job of it, but you just need to go into practice mode and figure out how to use or catch the fade routes, and that's all we were really going to do there. There you see that little clown route, and you don't want to throw it against zone, you want to throw it against man, and you want to pass it to the left. So let's just try and see if we can get him. We're just going to quick audible into a man coverage, just for examples. Because what would happen is the drag wouldn't be open against man, the fade wouldn't be open against man most of the time, but that route would be, as you see there. And then the final check down read, if we have nothing else open, of course we do have that blue route as well. But you see how you just roast this defender against man coverage there for Gresham. So that's how I would run that. And last but not least, we'll just show you the very last route just to show it to you. Into Pyramid here. And you just pass leading to the right as soon as he comes up, as soon as you see him, and just throw it to him. The play action audible is very unique. I don't really run it much, but I would just fade Sanu. Actually did a poor job there. You just want to motion him over, motion him back. It's the same thing. You just want to leave him on that right side of the field. And I would put Gresham or Hawkins on a fade now, and I would actually motion him out, snap right before he sets up, and pass it to the outside if you want to try and get a one-on-one matchup. You could also motion him across the formation as well. But I personally like to do, I would actually put him on a zig most of the time. I would do that, and then as soon as I come out of it, I would throw it to him because he's going to beat a lot of stock plays. So I would just try and look for him. Now once they have that read taken away, then we're just going to progress into our other reads, which was going to be the fade route and drag combo, and then the running back, and then AJ Green's route. So they have it taken away, but they don't have the fade taken away, so we click on. I've actually been struggling with my user because I think Mock Chappie did a video on that. So do check out his channel for more user tips. I'm more of a scheme-oriented guy. Because I have no user ability. And then, real quick, we'll show you the drag. See how it beats zone. It's just a little crossing pattern, a high-low read between those two. Whatever zone takes whoever, that's who you throw it to. And then last but not least, we're just going to talk about this AJ Green route. And pass lead down into the inside, and he's going to beat his man every time. So he's a good check down read. So that is the Ace Pair Chief as far as the quick audibles and the PA Power O and the Power O and how I run the plays. Remember, you want to keep the tight end motion consistent, and we're going to talk about a couple of other plays you can mix in while running the scheme. Now we're doing a lot of inside running in this scheme. We're not really doing a whole lot of outside if we're not running the Ace Pair or if we're not running the counter, especially with the motion over Gresham. And we would just flip the play, and now it looks just like the belly weak, but now we're running to the left side of the formation, and we have matchups over there. So that's how I'd run the stretch. You could also do this. Motion him over, make some hot routes like you're going to run a pass play, then motion him back over, because they think it's like you're running a pass. All of a sudden, you're now running a run. So, I mean, that's how I use the stretch. I just kind of mix it in. So that's really, and then if you want to run a quick hike or something where you're faking like you're motioning that guy in, you get very good blocking on the right side of the field. So that's just how I run the stretch, guys, from Ace Pair Chief. So there you go on that, and then let's hook you up with the quick passes we do. Okay. Now, if you notice this, if you watch the far tight scheme, you will have noticed that that square route is similar to that slant hook play we run. So let's just cover that really quickly. And basically, it's a different type of motion than we're used to seeing, which can be good and bad, both. You're going to put Sanu on a fade, and then you're going to put Pyramid on a swing pattern to the left side of the field. You're going to block to the right. You're going to motion Hawkins out, snap, and just throw it if nobody covers him. If there's a flat defender over there, you will know that because they will be pressed up. If they are pressed up, you want to wait and you want to see the route develop. You can actually put Sanu on a slant too. You want to see the route be open. So you just want to wait. Once you see there's nothing over there, you just pass lead down to the outside and you're going to be wide open. So that's how I run that. That's really all I run. If it's not open, guys, if it's not open, just hit your corner. You have a corner pattern, and then I would read the drag streak combo on the right side of the field. So it's just kind of the same thing, guys. It's just different plays and a couple different routes in every formation. So it's the same concepts, though. That's why I'm not going to spend too much time telling you every read on every play. Tight end spot is a play that not myself personally broke it down as much, but I'm just going to tell you how I run the play. Basically, I'm going to put this square receiver on a fade pattern. I'm going to motion him out, I'm going to look for this right there, that snap throw to AJ Green. It's just a crazy snap throw. I think the Madden Lab is actually the dude who put it up there, but I'm just going to reiterate it here. So there. And if they're playing off coverage, you can throw that motion snap fade, pass lead to the outside. And then let's talk about the real route I want to talk about is this running back route. If we just lob it to him, he goes upfield. So I mean, if they, that could be something because they're going to be blitzing a lot of people to stop your running game. So you could just pass lead up to the field there. And then the right side of the field, you have that little spot route there. And then you have the corner pattern. You have a curl flat combo with that corner streak, so you're gonna have very good plays out of that tight end spot. And so that's how I run that play. Now let's really quickly go over Ace Bear Chief. I think there was one other play. Yeah, it was his Chiefs under. If you guys know anything about motion snapping drags out of shotgun snugs, well, Ace Pair Chief is the same thing. So you put Hawkins on a drag, you're going to leave Pierman on his route because he's the key to the whole play. Basically, you're just going to motion snap drag square, and what you're going to do is your first read is going to be X really quick. If it's not open, you're just going to lob it up to Pierman. So 3 steps, not open. Okay, the flat's wide open, so we'll just hit it really quickly. Right? You're usually not going to throw to the flats though. All you have to do is re-drag Hawkins and block to the right. 3 steps, not there. Okay, I'm just lobbing the ball. And as you see, we get a blocker down in there for Pierman, and that's the problem with Pierman, guys, is his carry rating. But as you saw there, it was a very good, it's like almost like a run play, very high percentage pass. Now, we do want to look there, because if they're user guarding it, that means that we're going to have the drag wide open. And we have a little screen there set up as well. Now, say somehow they user guard both of those patterns, then our next read is going to be AJ Green. He's going to roast his man every time. Andy Dalton makes a poor throw. So there's that read, and then really finally we're just going to talk about the Gresham route. You see how it's going to kill stuff when you pass lead down. I would pass lead it open, just whatever way you feel it should be pass lead open. As you see here, we pass lead down into the left. So just however you think it should be pass lead is how I would pass lead it. Okay, guys, really quick, we're just going to go over a shotgun formation. And once they start blitzing us a lot, we're going to be going into the shotgun. And you're basically just going to run curl flats. So you have a snap throw here to Pierman. I'm just going to run over this really quickly because I know you guys. I know I spent a lot of time on Ace Pair Chief, and I'm trying to get this video up because we're already at almost 20 minutes. And then against man coverage, you're going to have that. You're usually going to have the hook patterns. Most people throw outs out of curl flats. I don't know. You could throw an out, but I like curls better because it's just more consistent for me. I don't know. So that's what we do from here. You just want to read the flats. As you see there, if the flats are open, we're going to hit the flats. But if they're not, we're going to hit the curl patterns. What you have to watch out for, again, of course, is cover 2 sink, but the running back route will be wide open against cover 2 sink. As you see there. So curl flats is just a very quick hitting play. You really can't blitz it. It happens really fast. Of course, guys, you want to slide line to the right when you're passing. And just snap the ball. And you have curl. I mean, it's just a very good play. And your first read is going to be the flat patterns, and then of course progress up to the curls. Okay, next play is the FL screen. Basically, we want to place Pierman on a swing pattern. This is basically just a converted screen. You can put Green on an out, so you have curl flat combo, and Hawkins on a fade. And basically, your first read is going to be the screen. Your second read is going to be the deep out. There's no pass lead on outs, by the way. Me and Gibbs have been talking lately. We find that, well, Gibbs really found, I kind of agree, but you should not pass lead outs unless they shade coverage out, and that means they're going to be like outside of the player. So if they're outside, you want to throw it in, of course, but if they're inside, you just don't want to pass lead it. And then if the screen's not open, you want to pass lead down to that drag, and you want to dip in behind the running back. So that's a poor example because we got the ball batted at the line of scrimmage. But I'll show you here real quick one more time. See how we passed that down there? If the guy wouldn't have passed lead down and to the right. Sorry about that, guys. I actually I made a mistake there. And of course, we want to block right. As you see there, you get blocking, and then you should come to field. And one more thing and then we have the fade on the left side against man coverage. It's going to kill it, especially on PlayStation. You're going to pass lead down into the inside, and he's just going to roast this defender. He's been roasting him all year. You have to watch out for 2D safety, though. So that's how I run the screen, and then really quickly just go over the draw. You want to slide protect right, of course, protect you from A-gap blitzes. And you want to go off to the right side, of course. You just want to get some yards. And I think that's all we have. We'll talk real quickly about 4 verticals as well. 4 verticals is when a guy's running a lot of cover 2 sync on you and trying to take away the curl patterns on the outside. And you're just going to hook Hawkins if it's a man read. But if it's a zone read, as you see there, you're going to have that triangle receiver wide open, just pass lead it up into the inside, kind of about 1 o'clock, and he'll be wide open. Of course, you want to click on and make sure you make the catch. And you want to have Andy Dalton doesn't throw it as well, but we're not going to be throwing it as much with Andy Dalton as we will with the Packers when we do the scheme again later on in the year. So, but if it's man, as you saw there, we'll just hit pyramid underneath. So, I mean, it's just kind of what you read, honestly, but that's how I run the 4 verticals play, and I think there's one other play in here. I think it's the play action on it. Oh, no. That's a different play. Okay, guys, well, that wraps up the scheme. We'll be coming out with the full game breakdown soon, but that's the offense. We talked about the defense already. Hope you enjoyed the mini schemes as well. And we'll just get back with you guys when we get into the full game. Thanks, guys.